Hello and welcome back to my channel, Wing Wisdom. Gosh, for new subscribers, which I have a few more now. I would say more than a few more. Welcome. And for those of you that have subscribed earlier on, welcome back. I hope y'all had a great holiday for those of y'all that celebrate. Mine was really good. Had a really good time. And good to see family that I hadn't seen in a little while and play with my nieces and nephews and all that good stuff. And eat. A lot of that went on too. So yeah, I hope you all had a great holiday. Wow, I want to thank you guys so much for the support. For those of you that have reached out and had sessions with me, thank you for allowing me to come in and give you all the intuitive messages that I got. I'm hoping that they were helpful. Thank you all for the kind words, the comments that you all leave, the likes, and I do make a point to try to read all of them when I can. So thank you guys for that. So I just wanted to go ahead and clarify some things about the sessions. When you do reach out to me for a session with me, I do ask that you give a donation, and I do not judge on what you give. I mean, whatever you're guided to give is fine. I don't judge on the amount. I'm just not guided to do that right now as far as setting prices. So I ask that you do that through my PayPal. And if you contact me, though, through my email, tfwingwisdom@aol.com, and, I'll give you further instructions on that. However, if you have general questions for the twin flame journey itself, or just a general question about relationship advice, a soulmate, general questions like that, I don't require a donation for that. What I'll do is I'll pray over that like I do with the sessions, and I would do a video answer to that for everybody to hear. So for general questions for the collective, whether it be twin flame or divine partnership or whatever, I would do a video. So, moving along here. Well, man, the energy's been super heavy. Full moon's coming up. Another release session coming. Getting towards the end of the year, more holidays to get through, all that stuff. There has been a common theme throughout, I would say, all of my sessions. So they have been on me to do a video. And here I am. I'm going to do it. And this one is going to be heavy on the divine feminine side, but I also have a divine masculine messages as well, because they're telling me that there are some divine masculine that are subscribed, some divine masculine energy. So I'm going to do the divine feminine first because that's the most pressing one, but I do towards the end have divine masculine messages as well. So the first thing I want to start off with is the picture that I have. I was guided by them to pick this picture because they're saying that as far as twin flames, most of us, majority of us that are still looking at videos, we're in separation 9 times out of 10. A lot of sadness, melancholy, broken heart, and this is what I got from this. So let me explain the picture as to why they had me pick this picture. So if you look at the divine feminine, she has a pair of scissors in her hand. So the balloon is attached to her wrist. And what they're telling me is that she has the power to release that. She looks like she's healed it, or she's working on healing it, but it's still causing her distress. She has her head down. It's like she's kind of in her head a lot about things, about how her heart got this way. She has more questions now than answers. At first there was some divine guidance, and now she's feeling like, you know, well, where did that go? I'm not feeling him as strongly, or I'm not getting as many signs, or I used to get these signs and now I'm not getting those signs anymore. I'm getting different signs, different feelings. So what they're trying to say is, another thing with the balloon is that they want you to all to release. You got to go within and release that to them. Because if you notice, the balloon is peaked. I say peaked, but it's right hovering to the sky, right at the spot in the sky that's lit up. And that little light is they're saying that's us. That's representing, if you would just go to us, come to us, and let us help you. Because I'm getting that some of you all are not quite doing the work as far as, you know, doing affirmations, doing healing work, whatever that means to you all, whether you, like I said, do the letters of release, or starting to think about your relationships with your parents, with your siblings, with past relationships, past life stuff. I feel like a lot of you all are... that is happening to you all, because a lot of you, I'm seeing some female crying. They're showing me a female crying, almost nervous breakdown feeling, like panicky. And they also want you all to know that part of that could be your divine masculine's energy as well, but majority it's coming from you all not having answers and not knowing what's going on with your divine masculines. So another thing about the picture that they want me to point out also is that there's a lot of darkness around. So remember, there is a video that I posted about that the dark energy wants the divine feminine energy, especially twin flames, and I'll have to do a separate video on that, to stay in that low vibration. They want you to kind of wallow in that, lose your faith. They want you to, woe is me, play the victim, not know your power, think that all love is lost, that you don't, you know, you're not going to have any more chances at love or at love with your divine masculine. Depression. For those of you that may be turning to alcohol, drugs, going out more, but in a way of just trying to distract yourself, throwing yourself into your work more. So you can't feel the pain, trying to numb it. Like you don't want to feel it, so you're distracting yourself from it, but it's very superficial. Like deep down you're hurting. There was something else they were trying to show me, and I just lost my train of thought with the dark energy, with them wanting you to stay in that low vibration. So they want you all to know that you all hold the key. You all have the power to turn things around. They know that this is heavy stuff. They know, as far as for those of you all that have lost faith, please try not to do that, because, you know, the divine is who brought you all together, especially with the twin flame, even with soulmates or any type of divine partnership where you look to God or prayed about someone coming in your life, that you were tired of the bullshit, you were tired of those relationships that did not serve you, you were ready to receive something strong and true and long lasting. And when that person came in, you know, you all got to think there's a lot of energetic baggage that souls have. Okay. So I'm going to get to that also. And I'm sorry because I'm doing some channeling. I really am trying to hone in on that. And I've actually written notes so I don't go off on a tangent too much. But I will come back to that as well. So there's a lot of purging and healing still going on. Some of you haven't forgiven your divine masculines. No trust, abandonment issues, self-esteem, as far as how you look. Some of you all putting up a front. They're saying you kind of putting on that face or throwing yourself in your work and just avoiding feeling the hurt when the angels and God are actually trying to help you purge. Because when you do cry and have those moments, that's purging. That's you releasing those wounds that need to come out of your soul. They need to be healed. And so instead of stifling that, you need to allow yourself to release it. Instead of holding it, and they're trying to trigger you and encourage it to be let go. So I'm getting triggers. They're telling me songs on the radio around people that are talking about their relationships, seeing people, couples out, or you just thinking about your divine masculine. Just getting a feeling overcome with sadness, hurt. They're just trying to initiate you all to purge that out. So more self-love. They're saying some of you don't think you'll find love again, and you're having that longing energy. Remember manifestation. Don't forget that. When you are in a longing energy, you are saying, you're putting yourself in an energy of longing, like it's unattainable, like you have to just keep reaching. You got to flip that around too, you guys. I am still getting more self-love work, more affirmations. So something that I did was and I still continue to do that. I'm actually doing it about abundance with money. But you go into the mirror and you look at it. You tell yourself you love yourself, however many times you need to say it. Because your higher self on a subconscious level, you're feeding that higher vibration to yourself. You are trying to draw that energy in more to the 3D. And your soul will resonate with that. I do it just about every day. As much as I can remember to do it, I will do it. I wake up, I have a routine, and I'll do my affirmations. So that may be helpful. Sorry, I'm just trying to get in what they are telling me, showing me. Healers. There are credible healers out there that can help you all with more ancestral baggage. So just keep in mind that, some of you all are quite old souls. I don't know if some of you all have had an Akashic record reading. Like I said, at the end of the day, they don't really care a whole lot about the soul group specifically, because like I said, at the end of the day, they want you all individually to be on your path and journey of love and abundance and happiness for your individual soul. And of course, we all want a counterpart with that. But some of you all have been here quite a few times, many times. You could be, I think some of you all are blueprinters. I'm looking at the clock, it's 4:44. So they're around, of course. And I'm not going to go into a lot about what blueprinters are. You can Google them. We've been around quite a long, biblical times. Very wise, a lot of you all are. The fact that you're awakened, like I said, is a blessing. So, there's a lot to clear along your ancestral lines. And you got to think there's so many tribal and cultural things along your ethnicity line that could have affected your soul being energetically at this point. So I know I'm getting a little deep into it, but that was for whoever needs to hear it. So now moving along here. So they're telling me to say that a lot of you all know it's a divine connection, and that's what's keeping you holding on and being like, okay, I know that this is meant to be. I know this is who God has brought into my life. So I can't just let go. I can't just surrender. I cannot put myself in that space. But you have to trust in the fact, if God brought you all together, you have to trust and know that God will see it through. Keep that trust there. And also, you guys, they're saying a lot of you all haven't set healthy boundaries because you know it's a divine connection. So I'm hearing doormat. And this is going back to self-love. You know, yes, your twin and your higher self knows that your twin is going through a karmic relationship, or that your twin is ignoring you or being distant, cold. For those of you all that, they're telling me a lot of you all have kind of been like, you know what, I'm just going to back off. I'm just going to back away and let them whatever. But then energetically, you're reaching out to multiple readers until you get that answer that you feel comfortable with. But the thing is, that's still you giving that energy of longing and wanting to know. They're showing me a image of an investigator. And I actually got this with a few sessions I've done. Investigator with a magnifying glass. A lot of divine feminine are very much in the 3D way of thinking. You want answers. You know, one thing about our society, there's a lot of instant, people wanting instant gratification. Don't get me wrong. I understand that many of you have been on this journey for months, years. And then you know, to hear patience is like hearing nails being scraped on a chalkboard. So I get it, you know, I understand. But if it resonates in your soul that you know this is especially with twin flames, this is a energetic, matched connection. This is your other half of your soul, pretty much. It's not going to go away. That connection is not severed. It can't be. It's not possible. So, you know, it is what it is. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But they're saying is that you're not a doormat. You're not to be... You should never put yourself in a mode of receiving to be ignored. So let me explain that. Once you go within and love yourself more, when your twin does ignore you, you just like, you know what? Whatever. You let it go. You move on. You just do you, pretty much. Whatever that means. Whether you hang out or whatever hobbies you like to do or work or whatever. And you do it with ease. There's an ebb and flow. There's a balance to that. And... you know, just think when you do come together with your divine masculine, when the time is right and they're energetically ready to be with you, you know that once you come into your power, you're not going to accept that even in union. You're not deserving of that, to be ignored and brushed off. Yes, your higher self knows that they're doing that because they're going through whatever they need to go through. But allow that and do what you need to do. So I'm in the state and had a couple of of clients ask me what state I'm in. So I will tell you all. And this is why they're triggering me to help, because I am finally at the point of being more balanced. I don't reach out to my divine masculine. I do not send him emails. I don't call. I don't get readings specifically about him. I don't get readings about if he's involved with someone, finding out who they are and what. I don't, because you know what? I give myself the love that I'm deserving of from him first. I'm going to give it to me first. Okay? Because I am most deserving as a soul on this earth, evolving and growing, and I am in my power, and I know what I deserve. Do I deserve to be ignored? No. Is he going through his thing? Yes. And I'm going to let him go through that. And when he wants to contact me, he does. My divine masculine does reach out to me every now and then. Sometimes he'll call and we'll have small talk, but I can energetically feel that he's not ready energetically to go to that space just yet. And the reason why he's not ready, because he's mirroring me, because I have some trust issue with him, and they've told me that, and I'm working on that tidbit. So that's where I am, but I have passed the stage of I've surrendered fully. God will bring us together when the time is for us to bring together. So this is a question they want me to have some of you all ask yourself. Can you truly say that if your divine masculine meets another soul, karmic, whatever, can you be happy for them receiving love from someone else? And if that statement, question, makes you cringe and makes you feel like, oh my God, I don't want to hear this, let me stop listening to her recording right now, then you're not there. You have more work to do. I'm in that space because, one, I do trust and know that God is going to see through what he initiated. Secondly, I know there's a mission to be done for twin flames. It's way bigger than just a union, okay? Third, I know I'm deserving of love. So if my divine masculine free-willed over and over and over and chose a life of torture where he just kept wanting to turn away from a energetic pull from me over and over and over and over again, I know that when the time is right, God is going to bring in what I need so I can be fulfilled, because that's what I'm deserving of, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And when you get into that spot, divine feminine, you're going to cut that balloon just like in this picture. And that balloon is going to soar up to that lit spot in the sky. And the sky is going to open up, and that sky is going to change. Those dark clouds are going to get pulled away. You're going to stand up. You're going to drop those scissors. And you're going to be receiving. And you're going to look to the sky, and you're going to be receiving of the love that God is trying to bring into your life. So I'm getting a message now. Some of you all, they want me to go back to the dark clouds. Some of you all are they're saying some of you all are not in a divine partnership. You are in, it's either a false twin or it's a, well, it's not a, is it a false twin? They're saying false twin. It's either a karmic lesson, or I'm hearing a lesson for you to stand up for yourself, or just dark energy. I'm hearing, something to block what they are trying to bring in. Anything that's abusive, possessive, there's nothing divine about that. Don't think that God sent you, oh, this person loves me and this is a divine partnership, but they are abusing you. The energy is very dark. They're negative, calling you names, hitting on you, possessiveness, very obsessive behavior, controlling behavior. 9 times out of 10, that is not a twin flame. They're showing me a circle with a line across, like do not enter, kind of like they're saying no, that is not, it's not a divine partnership. I'm sorry, it's not. They're saying lesson. They're saying lesson. They're saying, nope, come into your power, walk away from that. That's not it. That they're trying to bring that in, but you think that that's it, and it's not it. I don't know who that's for, and I pray that whoever's listening does receive that. They're saying more self-love to work on that. Okay? So that's all I have for the divine feminines. Now I'm going to go to the divine masculine energy. So what they're telling me about the divine masculine is that some of you all are becoming more attuned spiritually now. I'm seeing some divine masculine are developing new friendships with people that are more spiritual. Some of them are curious about tarot cards, having readings, trying to get some direction in their lives. I'm getting intuition. I'm getting that they're getting sensations, synchronicities, that they're starting to notice more things. I'm also getting, okay, house life. This is a big one, and I came across this too with a lot of the sessions I did, that some divine masculines are that sense of obligation, you know, financial stuff going on, children, stepchildren, adopted children, marriage, working on a divorce, separated, karmics, some type of obligations, whether it be business related with the karmic, or their name is on something legally, house, deeds, just obligations, and they're trying to figure out a way out of it. I'm getting that some divine masculine are not financially stable. So some divine feminine are more stable than a divine masculine. They're feeling, threatened's not the word, is intimidated by it, feeling like they are not worthy. Self-worth. So this is where they're showing me a mirror, because about the mirror effect for the divine feminines that think they aren't good enough, meaning that they aren't good enough to receive the love they deserve. They're accepting being ignored, and they're still reaching out. They're accepting just waiting and longing and not doing the work, and you know, in that low self-esteem, and that's a sense of not having self-worth. Well, that's your aspect of it, and energetically your divine masculine is looking at it. He's feeling it the same way, but his perspective of it is he's not good enough to receive love from you. That's the mirror effect. Because they're saying he thinks, oh, I don't have my stuff together. I don't have this, that financially. What is she seeing me? They're showing me like a house with a picket fence. So I guess they're kind of trying to say that, well, once I have everything together, then that's when I'll bring her in. Like they're making excuses instead of seeing the big picture that they are enough, just them. Because you all know, divine feminines, that if they would just open their eyes and see, you all are very accepting of them and them alone. It's not about what they have, cars, house, you know. And on the divine masculine's defense, a lot of them have been raised, you know, in that old paradigm where the man is to be the provider. You know, he's the one to bring home the bacon, make the money. That was their role in society. That's that role. And anything that's less than that, they feel like they don't have what it takes to receive such a great love and connection that they feel with you. So they're wanting me to mention how my divine masculine said to me that he just told me, I don't feel I bring enough to the table. And what I said to him was, the sad thing about that is that you had always been enough for me. Just you. And then our conversation went into, and he was quiet when I said that. And our conversation went off a little bit. And I actually think I channeled and said this. And I said, well, how do you think the people in Puerto Rico feel? If you focus so much on what money can buy you and what you have, and when in an instant, God, nature, Gaia, we say Mother Nature, Gaia, Mother Earth, it can be taken from you in an instant. And all those people have is each other. And the fact that they have each other, they can start over. Because if you put so much emphasis on what you materially have, when that's gone, when you're tested, when life tests you and take that away, or something happens where that's gone, you got to have more core in you than that in your soul. You got to gravitate to going within and picking yourself up and getting yourself together. And if you have love and support around you with that, you could do that with ease. But if you focus too much on that, and they're showing me that a lot of divine masculines are way too focused on that. Because they want you all divine masculines to know that it doesn't matter to your divine feminines. And they're saying there are a lot of blessings they have to come in for you once you take that leap of faith towards your divine feminine. Once you come into your power and go towards your divine feminine, blessings are going to just be rushed in. I'm getting father issues, abandonment, mother issues. So a lot of divine masculines are having issues with parents. I'm getting that a lot of divine masculine, they're showing me the father they're showing me a lot of women. So a lot of the divine masculine have seen their fathers have many women. Looking at women as very accessible, expendable, like, well, that one's gone on to the next, cheating. And I'm getting that you all have always been uncomfortable with that. Even now, even those of you that are in and out with karmics, or in that energy of being with different women, it's a form of distraction, they're saying. Because deep down in your core, that's not what you want. You don't want that. You're trying to fill a void. So you need to go within and figure out where that's coming from. They're also saying realizations. They're showing me the universe. So they're showing me that the universe is pressing forced maturity. Like, okay, it's time for y'all to grow up. I'm hearing that. The universe is putting the pressure. And this is why I said for the divine feminine that think they have to do something in the 3D, like say something to their divine masculines, or reach out and demand answers. If you have to allow them and the universe and God to work on that part. That's not for you to do. You're supposed to work on, because as you work on yourself energetically, you are going to help him. So that's what they're showing me for twin flames. So the advice for the divine masculine, they say a lot of you all are in hermit mode, where you are retreating, reflecting on a lot of things, reflecting on your life, reflecting on your feelings for your divine feminines. And your divine feminines are feeling that. For some divine feminines that say they are numb, they're saying the divine feminines that have surrendered fully, like in the state I'm in, numbness could be a sign. They're saying a sign of growth, because you're becoming more balanced. where you're not having that energy where there's this sense of urgency where you have to check up on the divine masculine and check up on his page and reach out and all those things. You're getting more of a numb feeling, like an ease feeling, a go with the flow feeling. And that's what that balance is. That numbness, they're saying, is some of that's coming from that mostly. They're saying some divine feminines, you need to know that when you do, for those of you that are still, they're saying there's not many, but because it's getting there, that reach out, you're distracting the divine masculines energetically from doing their inside work. So if the divine masculines are supposed to reflect and go into their hermit mode, when you reach out, you're cutting that energy. They could be reflecting right when you call or reach out. And then it does something to them energetically where it throws them off. So I don't know whoever that's for. That's just some insight on that. So, and this is the last thing that they're showing me this this example. This is the last thing I'm going to go over with you all. I'm trying to make the video not too long, but I had to get these messages out. So for twin flames, this message, they're showing me 2 huge magnets. Let's say you have 2 large magnets. And they're showing me this for you all to understand energetically when the timing has to be right and why you have to heal those core wounds before you come together. So there's 2 large magnets, and let's say they're on their attraction side, because you can flip them and one of them will feel like it's repelling or whatever. But let's say they're showing me like the felt dots, the dots that you stick on stuff and it's like felt or whatever, I don't know, but it's like dots. So they're showing me like dots that are stuck on the magnet, and that even though they've come together, they are not completely flat to one another because of those dots. Those dots are leaving a barrier, a space, a gap from the 2 sides of the magnet totally touching. And they're saying those felt dots represent core wounds, karmic ties, energetic cords, those things that need to be healed, that need to be released. So when you all do come together, when God brings you all back together in union, you're going to completely be flat surface to surface. Now, that's not to say that you won't have your ups and downs in relationships, as many would. They're telling me that some of you all, when you come in a union, it's going to happen very fast. They're showing me marriage. They're showing me engagements, marriage, living together. Some of you are even going to have kids. But anyway, so this is the understanding they want you all to have. So when you all are trying to reach out and have that connection again before it's ready, it's not going to be, those felt dots are going to be in the way. Allow them to help you all release that so you can get what you fully deserve. Okay? So I know this was a long one, and I'm sorry, but I got a lot out. Like I said, feel free to reach out to me for a session. My turnaround time right now is 3 days. That could fluctuate, and it all depends on how and when I'm guided to give you all the messages back. I will tell you all that my messages are coming out more quickly. I've been getting probably some downloads, and I've been going through my own changes spiritually. So anyway, that concludes the video. Feel free to comment, share, and like. Any insight you all can offer each other, advice, or help each other out, feel free to put that down at the bottom, or even something advised to me. That's fine too. And again, my email is tfwingwisdom@aol.com, which I'll put in the comment section below. So many blessings, love, and light to all of you. Take care and have a great day.